This is a fairly interesting case for a level. I remember hearing about it for a while, and then one random day during June 2025, I heard it got verified. I just went on with my day. I didn't think much about it. Something fairly interesting I noticed is that the level was unrated for a bit. It got uploaded in June 2025 and it got rated in December 2025, which was fairly interesting to me because this type of level seems like the type of level that would get rated really fast. Oh well. Jumping forward to December, when the level gets rated and everyone started playing it, a friend of mine learned it and found out she was having fun. I heard from Kaza that the level was around low main list to high extended, so I decided to give it a go. To say the least, this is the wildest experience I've had in this game. It isn't particularly close because my expectations for this level were crushed and burned tenfold. When it comes to learning, it went relatively smoothly up until the duel. I learned 40 to 100 in around 2 to 3 days, and then the duel itself took another 2 days, and the pre-drop took like a day more or less. Going into this, I knew it was pretty much really first half heavy, which I was looking towards because I really like this type of level. Now, starting from zero, it was fairly interesting because the first 40% of the level is the hardest part by far and it's not even close. Getting to the duel from zero, let alone past it, was already a challenge on its own. I would also like to mention that on my first attempt after I got to the duel, I progress fluked to the very end of it. I died at 39%, which is insane. I proceeded to go the next 2 weeks of being unable to pass it, even though I was getting to the duels like semi-consistently. After those 2 weeks, I get consistent enough at the duel to the point I passed it for the first time. My first attempt past the duel was 69. That was a crazy progress fluke. That gap was hard, so I was expecting to die there at some point, so if that's like my first attempt past the duel, I can maybe beat it fast. The reason was my mindset was kinda like this, was because a few days after that, I got 74%, which was like, dude, wait, I might actually got it. Unfortunately for me, a couple of days after that, I started feeling my wrist hurting, which also happened in Sinister Silence, which kinda sucked because I was really looking forward to beating it. 2 weeks after that, after my wrist recovered, I started playing it and then I was unable to get any type of progress whatsoever. It took me 2 weeks to get back to the second drop after getting there for the first time. On my second attempt past 70, I get 74 again, which was quite promising. After that, I jumped from 74 to 87, which genuinely felt like I was gonna beat it soon. There aren't many words to explain how I felt after getting 87, right? I felt so hopeful and so, and then I started playing more and more, and then the more I played, the more hopeless it felt, the more stressful it got, the more frustrating it got. It was genuinely an abysmal experience, especially something that I really liked at the start and I really enjoyed playing. Every session after I got 87, I would be super consistent at the first 40% and I would just be dying to literally everything, or my first attempt of the session past the duel, I would get to the 70s and die to something completely out of my control, completely bullshit, and it felt so frustrating. It wasn't how the level was designed's fault, it was my mental. Something else though that wasn't just my mental that I found out way too late was the fact that there is a bug with the CPF with high FPS. So if you're playing, let's say at 480 FPS and you drop frames, and because I was dropping frames at some dropped parts, right? There is basically whenever you release, it releases whenever it feels like it. It doesn't release consistently. It isn't too much of a deal if you're playing an easier part, or cube timings, but if you're playing ship it makes such a big difference. It kinda makes a ship feel random. And in the 42 to 46 part, I kept dying there consistently from 0, and I didn't know why. And I went to practice and I never got consistent for some reason, even though I felt like I was doing it right. But like it genuinely felt random, and it was because of that bug with CBF, which made it really, really frustrating. And it was partly my fault for not knowing that, but it still kinda sucks that it still sucks that I didn't find out till now. It made me feel very stupid. After lowering my FPS, that helped with my consistency instantly, especially on that ship part. That might be partly why the level was a lot harder than it should have been for me. Simply because of my experience and dying far consistently because my nerve control is not there. Either way, I spent quite a bit of time rambling. After 25 deaths past 70, over 100 deaths past the duel, and 33,225 attempts, I present my worst experience ever, Infinite Chaos. I'm actually so tilted. Like, beyond recovery, I think. Like 80 got me tilted, but I was not that upset. But like this, like actually, I think that that made me like super upset. Please! Yes! Please hit the other one. Yes! 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 Fuck this fucking level, bro. Yes! Yes! Finally. Before the video ends, this might be a little bit of a silly, seamless plug, but I want to do it anyway. But I am going to participate in an Pestas 100 Pros Beats Heliopolis. I'm gonna be streaming it daily, or if I'm not gonna stream it, I'm gonna make it public on my Twitter. Go follow me there if you haven't already. Also follow my Twitch for more information or whenever I go live, because I sometimes stream, even though nowadays I don't do it too often. I would still like to see more people tune in and participate in my stream. It's always fun. Thank you for watching till this point, and thank you for listening me ramble about this level. I'm trying to, I am kind of experimenting with this type of content because I think that playing completions have gotten boring and lame, and I think putting a little bit of effort to them is something I would like to do. Thank you for being patient, and I hope the next level I beat, which is Soul Goodman, by the way, I have a 50 on that, goes smoother and I can get to upload the video relatively fast, because I don't want it to take a month again. This is like the second time I'm doing this. I hope you all have a good day.